So recently, Eclipse has made an announcement that he won't be making more videos on AUT. I was really hoping I could see a standard review from the big man himself, but unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to make a review about how to smash a keyboard. Now the general process is gonna be the same, just to keep Eclipse viewers at home and just to make my job easier. But before we start, I do want to talk about something called phases. Phases are going to be more theoretical situations that are going to be are basically what should be happening in every 1v1. So it goes from the starter phase to the combo phase and the finisher phase. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain it, but I'm going to anyway. The starter phase has more neutral, just trying to feel each other out before a combo starts. When a combo does start, then when we get to the combo phase, that's when things really start to happen. And the finisher phase, both people should be at red HP. If not, you're getting bodied, but unless there's like some sort of awakening. But usually during this time, this is where the game plan kind of shifts to an execute type of execute, basically. So I will be referring to these terms, but without further ado, let's begin. Now with the moveset. Your left clicks aren't actually a true combo. I'm pretty sure everyone already knows that. I mean, it's god slow. You have to actually use your E move to make it a true combo. Your E move is Flame Strikes. It's one strike that you can press 2 more times. Each button press makes it strike again. The max is 3. It does 43.5 damage in total, and it's mainly just used to make your bread and butter combos true. Your Q is Counter-Strike, a multiplayer first-person shooter developed by Valve. I mean a multi-hit that hits 3 times, each one doing 10 damage, that can be used to extend combos. Your R is called Malphite Ult, and it's a rush move that you use by putting your cursor on the opponent. It has a pretty long range for a rush move that's basically impossible to react to, and it's really easy to start combo, but it does have a kind of a long cooldown, so I use this sparingly if I were you. Your T is Phoenix. It's a huge projectile with actually invisible startup, but it does take a while and it can be blocked. Your F is Enchant. This move gives all of your moves burn damage along with just being a close range AoE attack that ends up doing 30 damage. It does kind of work as a combo starter. It works as one if you don't have Malphite Ult. But overall, I wouldn't suggest using it too close to the opponent. Your G is Grand Ascension. This move launches you up and then launches you back down. It deals 65 damage. It's the only move in Don's kit that's unblockable, but it's a bit buggy with cursor placement right now. Your V is Unseen Strike. Now, it does 20 damage, and then it teleports behind them for another 20 damage. You can actually move for a bit before the second strike, before you teleport behind them, so you do get some time to just kind of hang around. You can't use any moves, though. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about strategy. Now, I'm going to be honest. Dawn isn't really something I have good experiences with. I've always gotten bodied, just kind of fully rushed down, mainly just because I never really knew that I could never really tell whether the combos were true or not. I never tried to get out of them. Honestly, that was kind of dumb on my part, but I do feel like Dawn kind of has to go back on a attack by attack basis. What I mean by that is that you're generally going to be rushing the opponent, use a combo, chip them down, and then run back, because unless you have your flame stresses up, you cannot use bread and butter combos. You literally just can't, unless you want to use like Q plus maybe F or Q plus R. But that's such a waste of moves, especially with Malphite Ult only dealing 30 damage. It's so good as a combo starter, but it's trash as everything else. You're also going to do really poorly when it comes to the finisher phase, because when you have slow movement speed, you have no way to engage the enemy, unless you have Malphite Ult. And even then, if they have projectiles, they can just zoom you out. They probably have better movement speed than you. They probably have teleports. They probably have God knows what. They can probably pull you back. They'll probably push you back too. I mean, it's just not in a good situation for Dawn. Now, with the E and LMB combos, I feel like this is one of the harder ones to do. I feel like Dawn actually has a higher skill floor than a lot of the other stands and specs, and that's mainly because of the timing. E comes out a lot faster than LMB ever will, so you kind of have to time it. I do feel like eventually you kind of get a feel for it, but until then, you're kind of going to suck. Now, Malphite Ult is something that I don't see many people talking about. Mainly because most people don't even know that it exists. Sometimes Malphite Ult does bug out, and sometimes people just forget to put their cursor on the opponent. But it's really, really strong. The thing is, Dawn is really weak without Malphite Ult. he can't rush the opponent like effectively at all. He doesn't have any moves for that. He has Unseen Strike, but you have to be close enough. And by that point, if you're that close, you might as well just do a B&B on them. So it's not really effective. So that's why Malphite ult is so strong. It gets you that free distance, and it's way more consistent than like a time stop teleport. And it also does damage, and it also does knockback, things like that. Now, recently Dawn did get nerfed. I still feel like it's viable. I still feel like it's really strong. But something that got nerfed really, really hard is Unseen Strike. The reason for this is because normally after Unseen Strike, you'd be able to combo after it. Not anymore. Now when you do it, it's really not that strong. You can't combo after it. The opponent can get out. So it can't be used in any combos anymore, except for a combo ender. And at that point, you might as well just use your last LMB. But if you're going to, even if you don't want to use your last LMB, I still don't recommend using it unless you're in a sticky situation. Because once you use that move, you kind of just get clearance. Like if you're stuck in a corner, you hit them, you teleport behind them, you hit them again, you can just run off. There's nothing they could do. They probably can do something, but nothing too crazy. Overall, I feel like Dawn is one of the strongest right now, even after that huge nerf. I feel like he got nerfed pretty hard on all of his moves, but I still feel like he's decently strong. That Malphite ult is just crazy. I feel like maybe it should have a bit more startup on it, and then a bit buff on the other moves. That's how I feel like it should be used. But thank you guys for watching. I will be making more guides, assuming that this actually goes well. But I hope you guys have a great day. And deuces.